Why? Because once you start to invest into that person's life, you be able to uncover things that you might see that you are doing wrong, and you be able to learn things for yourself. Like when you teach things, and a lot of times when you teach things, it helps you learn it a little bit more, it helps you lock it in, so that you can walk it a little bit better than you would be able to walk it if you were just to learn and read the book. But I learned that in Spanish. Once I started to learn Spanish, and then I started to try to teach it, I started to learn it a little bit better. Right. So the things that you know and the things that you went through in your experiences and the understanding that you have, once you get that to somebody else and you start to teach somebody else your understanding, guess what? Your understanding becomes much clearer. So that means that you can walk a little bit more with power.
That's right.
Investing into your brother, it helps you. It helps you grow as a man, it helps you grow as an individual. And not only that, but when you're talking and then you look in the mirror, you say, I got to live up to it because I'm talking and I'm telling this brother this stuff. I can't sit up here and not live it. I got to live it because I'm talking it. Right. I'm talking it every day. So if I'm sitting up here doing parenting classes inside of the penitentiary and then I go home and I holler and beat my kids, that don't add up because it's going to be a conviction on myself because I know that I'm talking so much and I'm teaching other brothers this stuff. Right. Yes. It helps me stay who I need to be, what I need to be. That stuff helps me. When I sit up here and motivate or whatever, I'm motivating myself. When I'm trying to motivate others, I'm motivating myself to keep in a good fight. So when I'm working with my brothers, guess what? Hey, I'm working with me. I ain't nothing free. I'm working with me. I'm making sure that I need to be who I need to be. And not only that, but I stay and it's all about God. Like, hey, I keep focused on God. I say, man, I'm going to focus on him because he is the one that's going to give me what I need to have. I don't look for handouts from brothers. I say, man, he's going to work through brothers to make this stuff work. So then therefore, can't nobody give me no salary, can't nobody give me no paycheck that's going to confine me to handcuff me. I work for him. Because if I was working for me, I'm going to tell you straight up and down, I'm not going back in hell. Like, that's what I do. I go back in the penitentiary. That's hell. That was hell for me for 10 years. I go back in the penitentiary. You think that if it was me, I'm saying that I'm going to go ahead and create a business, that I'm going to go ahead and be able to make, you know, hey, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. If it was me. But I say, hold on. So that's when I get out of my way. Because me said, man, you know what, I got to sell this dope and they going to get it from somebody, might as well be me. That's what me said. Me said, you know what, hey, you robbing my dope, you stealing my dope, I got to go ahead and drop you, brother. Right? Where you saying? Serious. I got to. That's what me said. But now when I made the transformation, right? Now I'm saying, you know what? I was trying to get it all, selling that dope and all that stuff got taken away. I had to do 10 years. They went on and took all that stuff. They took my car. Brother Terry Chucky bought my one car from the auction. For what, like $300? Had the rims on it and everything, music in the background. That's real talk. Hey, it's good to see you too, brother. I asked my brother April, I said, who is that? He said, that's the brother Terry. I said, Terry, who used to fish all the time. Ain't no doubt. Carlos is doing good too. Little Carlos doing good. So I'm like, man, they took everything when I was doing what I was doing and I was moving how I was moving. Now I'm like, man, you know what, hey, let me switch it over to where the stuff that I make now and the stuff that I get now can't be taken because the stuff that is given to me now is given to me by my Father. Right. It ain't stuff that I done made and I done went on ahead and chopped this up and, you know, put a little bit with that and, you know, and say this way this and it really don't weigh that. I put a little bit of water on it to make it weigh a little bit. But I tell people now, you know what? I'm still connected to the people in the streets. I'm not connected to the streets. Well, I'm not connected to the streets because the streets isn't meant for anybody to survive. I'm not connected to the streets. I'm connected to the people to the streets. How so? Because I don't know no prices. I don't know no prices or nothing. But I know the people in there. There you go. I don't take the time to know the prices because I'm not into that game no more. I don't need to know the prices on what this costs and what that costs, how much this go for, how much that go from? Transformation, fellas. But guess what? I can still relate to the people in the streets because the people in the streets are still in me. It's still in me. And the only thing I do is redirect my aim. Yep. So if y'all know me from the streets and whatever, my brother Ace Wood back there, you know, he ran with me. He ran with me. He ran with me in the streets. That's my cameraman, by the way, you know. And he just got news that he's gonna be the cameraman when he came in today. So. I didn't know he was coming, but I looked up and he was there. Other man family. What's up? You know you the cameraman, right? Brother said, what? And that's what it is. But he seen me. He was running right along with me, right? He came down to Marion Correctional, did some of the 10 years with me as well. So he's seen the before liability in the community, where I'm sitting up there getting high, drinking and everything. He's seen the liability in the community because the only thing that I can do is suck life. I can't add to the quality of life. I was sucking life then, and then I would say, man, you know what, can you send a food box in? I need a money order. Yeah. Money. Can you put some money on the phone so I can call? Right. Liability. But he seen me when I was working it, and I said, man, you know what, I'm gonna become an asset. I'm gonna become an asset because I'm gonna seek knowledge. I'm gonna do what I need to do to become an asset. So I started to get everything that I needed to get. The first thing that I got was the scripture. I didn't grow up in the word. Grandma Margaret, if y'all know Grandma Margaret, she's not into the word like that, but she has the spirit in her.
Yeah, she does.
Hassan. He ain't into the word, but he has the spirit in him. Yep. He's a good brother. Grandma Margaret, a good sister. Yep. And they for the community. Right. They about the community. My father said, you know what, I'm gonna raise you, son. I'm gonna raise you and your brother. Your mother left, cool. I'm gonna raise y'all. That's my responsibility. So he showed me what a man is about, right? Right. Cool. I say, man, I'm gonna go ahead and become an asset. How do I become an asset? I go ahead and I start to seek knowledge. How can I be my brother's keeper? Because we talked about why it's beneficial to be your brother's keeper, but what do I have to do to be my brother's keeper? One of the things that I have to do is I have to seek knowledge. I have to make sure that I am well kept before I can keep my brother, because that's what it says. It says, hey, how can I tell you to remove a mote in your eye when I got a beam in mine? Right. First, remove the beam in mine, then I'll say, brother, let me go ahead and help you out with that mote in your eye, brother. Right. Clear my vision first. Make sure that my vision is straight. Make sure that I can see before I can help somebody else. That's why I say, when we talking about am I my brother's keeper, we talking about am I my keeper. Right. Am I like Brother T.D. Jakes? You remember that? Brother T.D. Jakes. How can I be my brother's keeper if I don't keep myself well? So that's what I was doing, fellas. I said, man, I gotta keep myself. I gotta seek the knowledge, and that's the first knowledge that I need to seek, is that knowledge that's in that book, because that's gonna tell me who I am. That's gonna tell me who I am, and that book is saying that, you know what, greater he that is in you than he that is in the world. So then that means that I'm great. That means that I'm not a grasshopper. I'm a giant. That means that I can take So I started reading that stuff, and guess how I started walking? I started walking just like that with power. In the penitentiary coming from Oberlin, Ohio, where people like, Oberlin, who, where? I'm like, yeah, and I don't need to be in no gang. Yeah, that's me, Carlos. Greater he that is in me than he that is in the world. I don't need to attach myself to nobody. I can just walk just like that. I'm great, so let me be great. Because that's what's inside of me. That's the spirit that's inside of me, and that's how I move. And I was doing this stuff in the joint. I was in the joint not cussing. It says, you know what, hey, your tongue is the smallest muscle in the body, but it's the hardest to control, but it defiles the whole body. So I said, man, you know what, let me go ahead and change my language. Let me stop saying nigga. Yeah. Let me say brother, good brother. What's up, brother? What's up, good brother? And if you doing what you ain't supposed to be doing, then you're a dirty brother. See? But I ain't saying nigga. Why I ain't saying nigga? Because nigga was made to degrade. It was made from slop, and it was given to us to take on. So it's like, I'm not going to drop off the ER and put an A on it and say that's just like taking a plate of slop and say I'm going to put some salt on it and it's going to be good to me. No, I'm going to reject that, sir. Thank you. No, thank you. I'm going to get my own food. If you're going to give me slop, then I don't want it. And that's how I look at the word nigga. I ain't gonna sit up here and drop the ER off of it and put an A on it and say it's mine now. No, I'm gonna make up my own stuff. Just like I'm gonna get my own food. You ain't gonna give me food and just say this is what's for you and I've fed it to you for so long, you're gonna go ahead and make it do what it do. Right. No, I'm not gonna make it do what it do. I'm gonna reject it. I'll starve before I eat that slop. Right. Go ahead. That's just the understanding that I got, and I'm flooding the institutions with this understanding. So when you see me like this, I'm like this for a reason, because life is good. Life is good. I don't look at the community as bodies dropping. I'm looking at the community as it's about to change, because brothers is in the joint getting this information. I am face to face, and you've seen the video. That is not made up. I didn't do it in the back and they say cut and stuff like that. That's real life people. I'm going inside of the penitentiary, and I got a contractor's badge where I can go in there, get a man down button, that's a little security button, get a man down button, and I can just walk in the penitentiary. And so can you believe me walking in the penitentiary? No. May be the case. Folks crazy, got guns in the back trunk, sawed-offs and knives with the serial number scratched off brand new ones in box from the Jamaican. Yeah. Right? Me walking in the penitentiary, nobody's in between me and my brothers. That means nobody's in between me and my brothers. And when I say that that's relevant, because guess what? I don't have to water nothing down. I can give it to them just like it is. I don't have to talk because the staff is right there, administration is right there, and I gotta talk for them, to them. I can sit up here and tell them just like this, look, brother, hey, neither slavery nor involuntary servitude shall exist in the United States, except for a crime that you have been committed. Except neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except for a crime where the party shall have been duly convicted. Except for a crime where a party shall have been duly convicted. Except for a crime where a party shall have been duly convicted. Shall exist in the United States of America. That's the law of the land. What it is saying is that the only way that you can be a slave in the United States of America is if you get convicted of a crime. That means that if you are in a penitentiary, you are a legal slave. That's the 13th Amendment. When they abolish slavery, that's what they put in there, the loophole. So when I can tell brothers that, look, neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except, when you say except, then that means hold on, brother, it's something to the puzzle. Right. Except a person has been duly convicted of a crime in a jury of his peers shall exist in the United States of America. That's why you can pay these brothers 22 cents an hour to make $50 million a year in a furniture shop. Yep. 22 cents an hour. Yes, sir. can get $75 a month with that versus the regular $18 a month.
Correct.
Slavery.
Yes, sir.
Slavery. It ain't like, people say, man, it's like slavery. It's like, no, brother, it is slavery. It is slavery. The Lord said that. That's the law of the land that we got, that we go by. That's the Constitution. You know what Grandma Margaret said last week? She said, we got to change the Constitution, brother. We got to say, neither slavery nor involuntary servitude shall exist in the United States. And let you get that. So then that means when you get convicted of a crime, let you get minimum wage at least. Let you make minimum wage while you inside of the joint so you can still continue to pay your taxes and take care of your family, take care of your children. They making buku money off of it anyway. If you making product and you sending that stuff out, they selling that stuff. They make office furniture. The office desks, they make these things and they give these guys is making this stuff. And then after 3 years, after you make it for 3 years, you get a 3-cent raise. You get bumped up to 25 cents. And you balling now. I'm able to give the brothers this information.
Yeah.
I can say, brother, you want to be a slave and continue to do what you're doing. Fail to prepare. Preparation is key. Opportunity knocks, but preparation answers. Keep on doing what you're doing. If you want to be a slave, cool. But what I find out is that once they realize that slavery and that, they go hand in hand, they sit up and say, man, you know what, let me start to get something in me. Because I ain't about to go out there and sell dope again or get caught up in the same thing. Because why? Because I don't want to be no slave. And I started to just evaluate and just give them that understanding because that's what a brother got to do, right? Remember, we got to get an understanding for ourselves so we can give it. So I had to go ahead and evaluate the whole penitentiary scene. I was in there. And that's why I said, I'm not going to do the furniture factory. I'm going to go ahead and get into business management. I'm going to get into college because I can get paid to go to college, right? Yeah, you can. Okay, cool. Let me get those credits. And then I can transfer them out to the streets. I ain't gonna leave food on the table. Let me get my teeth cleaned every 6 months too. Thank you. I get my teeth cleaned every 6 months. 10 years of 6 months. Riding the kites. Make sure you get it. Make sure I get that. This is critical. On something that's going bad for him, it's going to spill over because he's going to come to me with it. His pain is going to become my pain. It's only a matter of time. It's just when. I can't be up at the top eating good, eating steak and shrimp and lobster, and everybody down here at the bottom like, man, I'm hungry to the world, man. I just had a soup all day with nothing in it. Just a plain soup with seasoning. And I eat steak and lobster up at the top. No, my main thing is saying, man, how can I get these brothers to eat steak and lobster too? How can I get them to go ahead and eat too, just like I'm eating? If that's your brother, then your brother is connected to you. So if my brother is full, I'm full, and we all laughing. I ain't got to sit up here and be eating like this, right? Yeah. I know you're trying to get me. I know you after me. I know you sharpening up that knife to take me down, so I ain't got to do that. If my brothers is good, then that means I'm good. If my brothers ain't good, then that means I ain't good. And that's how I roll. So when you see me and you see that I'm a little bit over the top, that's why. Because I feel like that my brothers is shortened they got a shortage of information. Take care of my brothers. Make sure that my brothers is fed. The ones who need to be fed. Another part of being my brother's keeper is being able to tell them, you know what, brother, your stuff ain't together. Get your stuff together. because I got resources to squander, brother, and I can tell you that because you know you my brother, and I know how to talk to you, brother. I know you driving, brother. Get your stuff right, brother. And then we can eat. I know what you want, this how you get it. So when we go in there, we get the brothers who are about the business. And they know it. And they up in there like, man, I'm gonna be a walking local, no doubt, bro. Keep on getting this information, keep on coming to class. For 52 weeks. It's not just, it's for 52 weeks. So we work with a group of guys for 52 weeks. Come to class every day, on time, every day. Participate in class. Do your homework. I do pop quizzes. I do tests. I do midterms. I do final exams. Like I'm playing how to do right with this fight goal. Write it out. So this is what we do. So brothers, what can you do? And what are you doing today to be your brother's keeper? Keeping yourself. Keeping yourself. So that's what I'm doing. I'm rallying brothers together. And because I know people be about to say this. So I was like, hey, here goes a shirt. Just give me $20 for the shirt and you helping with the cause. Because if I just go up to my brothers in my community and say, brother, can I get $30, $40 because I'm trying to help these brothers in the penitentiary? What am I going to get for it? So that's why I created this shirt, put your logo on it, and try to make it look as fly as possible. And that's what it is. Before change can be seen externally, change must be done internally. Selling the shirts, brothers, help with the cause. I take credit and debit card too as well. Hey, all right. That's all right, man. Any way possible, I'll take credit and debit card. This is what, and I'm not playing, fellas. Like, I'm joking, but I'm definitely not playing.
Joking but serious.
I'm dead serious, because that's what it takes. That's what it takes. And I'm not even playing, like, that's what it takes. That's how I'm able to get these brothers in there. If you got a church, take shirts to the church. There's no reason why I'm the only one selling these dang old shirts. These ain't just my brother, these is our brothers in there. There's no reason why I'm the only one in the streets beating the concrete at the dang old car wash, sweating bullets like this, telling the whole story about Starks within selling these shirts. Where's my team? We here, right? Yeah. Let's make it happen. Starts within organization. I appreciate y'all. I don't want to take up too much of your time.
No, it's all right, brother.
Y'all sit down.